But here's the latest that we know. Over the last 2 days, the Marshall Fire has been the biggest story, and we still know that there are thousands of people between the two towns of Superior and Louisville that are evacuated and not allowed to go back to their homes. Over my left shoulder, you can see that the National Guard is right here at South Boulder Road and McCaslin Boulevard, trying to keep those people out of their neighborhoods and their homes and trying to keep them from going back to their homes at this time. Right now, we know the fire has burned about 6,200 acres. About 500 homes have been destroyed. Now, one thing that many people are also dealing with are frozen pipes. Another concern this morning, we know there's a lot to be able to keep up with. 2 missing people, as Jordan talked to you about at the top of the show. Go ahead and take a look. We spoke with one of those families of 91-year-old Nadine Turnbull. Nadine lives in the Old Town Superior neighborhood. The family says that they initially thought that they were safe from the fire until it came knocking at their front door. At that point in time, neighbors jumped in to be able to help them all get out the home, including 91-year-old Nadine, who is a mother and a beloved grandmother. At every door that they tried to escape, they were met with fire. Once they found a way out, some of them made it out, and once they turned around, Nadine was not able to make it out of the door, and they're still searching for her at this time, but they believe she may have perished in the fire. Take a listen.
She says 2 times she was right behind me, right behind me. It's difficult not knowing. Much rather know.
Now, to be able to speak to that a little bit more, the information has changing, really as we continue to get updates. Initially, Friday morning, Boulder County Sheriff's Office says that there was 1 person missing who had been accounted for and no deaths had been reported. Last night, they now say that 2 people are missing, still say no deaths reported. However, this family, they are just really kind of frustrated, and they are really hoping that they can figure out what happened to their beloved grandmother so they can try to move forward with this. That's the very latest this morning in Louisville. I'm Darius Johnson for 9 News. Erica and Jordan, back to you in the studio.
Yeah, understandably, they're frustrated. I mean, our hearts just break for them. Darius, thank you so much. And as you could see, the work certainly continues behind me. You saw those emergency vehicles driving right there. Well, Boulder County emergency managers are still investigating exactly what caused this fire. Now, initially, they thought it was down power lines from those hurricane-force wind gusts. But now, XL actually says it cannot find a downed line near where that fire started. This is the closest thing that we saw to something hanging down near the road. Now, this is not a power line. It's actually a communications line. The sheriff says typically those types of lines, phone, cable, internet, those would not be the cause of a fire.
Boulder is closing the evacuation shelter at the North Boulder Rec Center. The Boulder Office of Emergency Management says they are being relocated to other shelters. Now, there is also a shelter specifically for COVID-positive evacuees at Mount Calvary Lutheran Church in Boulder. Right now, that one only for adults. Boulder OEM says it is working on getting a family COVID shelter up and running. Hundreds of Coloradans have already lost their homes. So sad, or will find out in the next couple days that their homes are gone. Insurance experts say you should start the process as soon as you can to get that extra help.
Today, the main thing you need to do is contact your insurance company. Talk to them about the additional living expenses while you're under the mandatory evacuation. And then I'm back in my home. I need to set up a meeting with an insurance adjuster to come out, walk the property. They'll talk to you about what coverage you have to repair and replace your building, what coverage you have to replace all of your stuff.
Good advice there. Carol Walker with Rocky Mountain Insurance Association says one of the most important things is keeping your receipts from while you are evacuated. That way you can be reimbursed for those expenses. She also says the worker and goods shortages will likely slow the rebuilding process for families.
And CU Boulder will start their semester online because of these fires. The chancellor sent a note to students and families saying that the spring 2022 semester will start remote. That semester starts January 10th. They plan to return to in-person classes on January 24th. At this time, the chancellor said starting remote will help the campus, to help those students and staff who were impacted by these fires and also focus on those recovery efforts. That move-in date has been delayed as well until January 21st.